All right, we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special Father's Day tribute episode of The Real Scoop Live. We're going to grace you with all of our horrible dad jokes today.
All of our wit, at least half of it.
Yes. Hey, you know what? You may have paid for the whole seat, but you're only going to need half.
That's right. We're going to need the edge.
Yeah.
We decided to do this because it's just been a rough period of time. You know, all of you are in the swing of pool season. You got a lot going on, and a laugh always kind of helps. So, and I don't know about you guys, but over here, we are having some issues with labor. We're having a hard time finding help. So I was really excited the other day because I interviewed a guy, and he was an unlikely candidate. You know, he came in and I didn't see him at first because he's an invisible man. And, but he had a great set of skills. And I thought, wow, what a good fit for the office. And so at the end of the interview, I was ready to offer him the position. And he looked at me and said, you know, I really can't see myself working here.
No one else can either.
Yeah.
But
So for a little bit of context on why we're doing this, Stacy already mentioned everyone could need a laugh right now. And that's very true because it's record heat in a lot of the country. There is no tomorrow, very stressful, a lot of goofy stuff going on with water chemistry. And we get that too. So we wanted to do something a little lighthearted. So we work closely with each other on a lot of different projects. So we communicate a lot throughout the day, whether we like it or not, which is kind of fun because we all have a kind of a demented sense of humor. And there's only one of us in this group that is a dad, Stacy being a lady and myself not having kids, which makes this even more interesting that we latched onto dad jokes.
That's why I tell dad jokes periodically.
See, he planned.
Yep.
Very dad move of you, Matt. So what we did is we actually started having a group chat where we would start with one bad dad joke, usually on a Friday, and then we would just see where it went. And people would just periodically throw in additional bad dad jokes. And then it kind of bled into other days of the week or whenever we saw one that we really liked. And then at some points it goes on a lot longer than it should. And we kind of found that fun. So we wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys today and share some really just humdingers of dad jokes that we hope y'all get a chuckle out of.
Well, at least we hope that they're humdingers, right? We thought they were funny.
Oh, they are. Come on.
Yeah.
Be a doobie, not a don't be.
Sometimes we have demented senses of humor. So not everyone has that kind of thing. You know, when I tell my wife jokes like this, sometimes she's just like, will you stop?
Sometimes we don't even get it.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I was going to say a couple of friends of mine actually gave me a handful of dirt the other day, and I told them I appreciate the sediment.
Yeah. So one of the first jokes that we ever told on our joke group was about I asked a question, and because it was not something that we normally did, I asked the group what generation Forrest Gump is from. And I actually got some answers, you know, about Gen X or Gen Y or whatever, or baby boomer. I'm like, no, he's Gen A.
What's the official term when it's a groaner? Oh,
is that the official term?
I think it is today.
Yeah. So my daughter just left for work, but she has to get a ride because she actually failed her driving test. And I said, well, what happened? She goes, well, when the instructor asked me what I do at a red light, I said, well, I check Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. He's like, no, that's not what you do. You're done, right?
I failed my driving test one time. You know, parallel parking's hard, but they'll usually let you get by if you don't do a really good job. Hit one pedestrian, test over.
Yeah, that's right.
They're so strict.
What the heck, man? What the heck?
Stacy, throw one in there quick while we're quiet.
Okay, well, so I have one, you guys, and this is actually this is my ultimate humdinger. So bear with me. there was a frog who needed a loan. And so he went into a bank and he spoke with the loan officer. Her name was Patricia Wack. And he said, I need a loan for $50,000. And she's like, well, I'm sorry, sir. We don't make loans to frogs. And you would need to have some kind of collateral to back that up. So he reaches in his pocket and pulls out a little figurine and hands it to her. And he's refusing to leave. And she's becoming just completely frustrated and annoyed. So she's like, excuse me, I'll be right back. So she goes into her supervisor and hands him the figurine and tells him the story. And she's like, what am I supposed to do with this? What even is this? And he looks at her so seriously and says, it's a knick-knack, paddywhack. Give the frog a loan. Now, ironically, that same frog was parked outside the bank illegally. He got towed.
Yeah, it's a twofer. Those are the best when they build.
Man. Oh man, that's a good
I feel
one.
so accomplished right now.
Nice. And the great thing is that you told that without having to stop to laugh. So
I've been practicing.
But once he got home, he was happy. He's got a nice pad. See how these texts end up, guys?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Welcome to our world. Yeah.
So
Oh
Matt,
man. Yeah.
did you hear about the two antennas that met on a roof and fell in love?
I think so.
The wedding wasn't great, but the reception was incredible.
I bet. I wonder how much they charged. 85%, 85% of Americans don't know how to do math. So thank goodness I'm in the other 25% because I would be lost without it.
We'll wait for a few moments for the people to do the math. And then, hey, wait, there it is.
Oh yeah, got it. Okay.
Hey, did you guys hear about the two people that stole a calendar? They each got 6 months. Crime doesn't pay.
No, it doesn't. I was gonna say, but they sure got to go on a lot of dates.
So a dyslexic man walks into a bra. That's it.
So I had some friends over the weekend, and one of them was bragging about how he got this 3D printer that can print a gun, and I'm like, so what? I've had a Canon printer for years.
Boom, boom.
Oh
my
man,
goodness.
You guys may not know this about me, but I was a big band nerd back in the days. So I had two daughters, and I named one Clarinet, and I named the other one a mandolin.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's the same kind of thing that happened with me, but I'm kind of a pseudo band nerd now, and I think my son is kind of too, but he wouldn't say it was a nerd, right? But the thing is that enthusiast. But he's really happy that we named. We had a lot of kids, but they're all really happy about. At least the boys are about being named after Star Wars character. I had my son Luke was in here, and he was saying, "Man, I'm just so happy that you named me Luke." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that's awesome." But my daughter Chewbacca, she wasn't very happy.
Not into it.
No.
Did you hear about the two cannibals? They were eating a clown. One looked up and said, "Does this taste funny to you?"
Oh, he must have been chewing on the humerus. So I was talking. My wife's name is April. She's right here, right there. Well, in pictures anyway. But she, she
this wife here. Say hi, April.
This is my granddaughter. That's not my wife. This is my wife over here. So she bet me $1,000 I couldn't turn spaghetti into a car. But you should have seen her face when I drove pasta, real fast.
Why'd the outlaw hold up the bakery?
Why?
He needed that dough.
How do you make a waterbed bouncier?
Is this appropriate? Can we say this on YouTube?
You just add spring water.
There it is.
Nice.
See,
nice.
Classy, clean. We didn't have to go there.
Right.
Brett, no one did go there, Brett, but you.
Yeah, that's true. That checks out. Yeah. I have a Polish friend who's a sound technician. A Czech one too.
Yeah. Yep. So we have a local watering hole that my wife and I go to periodically, and we were there. I don't know, like 10 days ago or so. Maybe it was last weekend, and a guy threw a jar of mayonnaise at me. I look up at him. I go, "What the hell, man?"
For those of you unfamiliar with mayo brands, there is
Yes.
a brand of mayonnaise named Heilman. Just making sure people got it. Not a lot of Heilman.
Hellman's.
Nope, Heilman.
Oh, is it an I and not an L?
I think it's an I. Let's get the fact checkers on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another inanimate object joke that's anthropomorphized right now. A jumper cable walked into a bar. The bartender said, "I'll serve you, but don't start anything."
I seem to remember another one that was I can't remember. There's a lot of them out there. The problem is that we've had so many over the course of the last year and a half or so that's kind of hard to remember them all.
Do you know what ET is short for? Because he's got those little legs.
That's so much better than extraterrestrial, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys are aware, but next week is Diarrhea Awareness Week. Runs until Friday.
Diarrhea is hereditary. Turns out it runs in your genes.
Oh my goodness. Somebody stop him. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
I eat MAP.
I eat map who?
I think I said
Gross.
Well, at least it's not in the genes. That would be kind of chewy.
Oh man, did you guys hear about the old man that fell into the well?
Mm-mm.
He couldn't see that well.
Lord have mercy.
That was so bad. But the thing is, though, is that I think if I remember the story right, is that he was dying, but he needed a blood transfusion because of how he fell, and everyone kept asking him, "Well, what's your blood type? What's your blood type?" And he kept saying, well, as he was dying, he said, "Well, be positive, but we,
That's great, sir. We need to know your blood type."
Yeah, just be positive. Yeah, so bad. Sorry, that was not all of them hit, obviously, right? But hopefully it's still fun.
A mother says to her son, "Jeffrey, am I a good mom?" And he looks up and says, "I'm Darren."
Is that the lady that carries people across the rivers?
Which one
Bridget,
is that?
Bridget?
Ah, ha, 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 ha.
Oh man.
She drives a Fjord.
What's funny is that last time I was in the office, our office is in Florida, but not everyone that works for API is in Florida. But I went in there and I kept asking if they knew what IDK stood for. And no one knew. I don't know. I still don't know what IDK stands for.
Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
Why?
The P is silent.
Well, that reminds me. That reminds me of something because that new Jurassic Park movie came out, right?
Mhm.
And I think that I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but they're talking about how back in the day when dinosaurs were around, they didn't have really good toilet paper. I'm sorry. I'm trying. So what do you call a dinosaur that has terrible toilet paper? Megasaurus. And then of course there's the one in the first Jurassic Park movie, what do you call a blind dinosaur?
Do you think he saw us?
Yeah, do you think he saw us, right?
What do you call a blind dinosaur's dog?
Uh,
Do you think he saw us, Rex?
that's funny, but speaking of Hollywood and stuff,
You're too kind.
yeah.
Ha, that is amusing, sir.
Do you remember Bruce Lee with the kung fu guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember how fast he was? Did you ever see him on film? I mean, just he's crazy. Do you know that he had a brother that was even faster than him?
Really?
His name was Suddenly.
I was thinking Speedly.
Yeah,
Suddenly works. And they're cousin from the South generally.
Yeah.
All day.
All day.
Happens all day.
So two peanuts are walking through the park, and one is the salted peanut.
Yep. That's so bad. I love that one. I've been working on a telepathically controlled air freshener. Yeah, it makes sense when you think about it.
What flavor?
It's
I'm going to say spring pear.
Did you even get it?
Yeah.
Oh, when you think about it.
Yeah.
It makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah. Got it. It took me a second.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how the hipster burned his mouth?
How?
He was drinking coffee before it was cool.
Mm.
Do you know how the...
Did it just hit?
No. I have
gonna
another
say.
one, but I don't know that it's appropriate. But you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I mean, it's comedy. So, what did you? How did the terrorist burn his mouth?
How?
He was sent to blow up a car, and he burned his mouth on the tailpipe.
Oh.
Come on, man. That was awesome.
Yikes.
My dad told me that one like 30 years ago.
That's
when
right
I was 6. Oh, man.
Did you hear about the dwarf fortune teller that escaped from prison? The police call went out that a small medium was at large.
The dwarf what?
A dwarf psychic.
Dwarf psychic. I missed that part. Yeah, a small, medium, at large. That's a lot like the "Come on, Paddywhack, give the frog a loan."
Oh man.
You can thank TikTok for that one. That's where I found that. Yeah.
So so go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I just been, you guys know, and anyone that has had, online calls with me knows that at my ranch, which, ranch, it's not really a ranch, but at my house, the internet connection has been really poor. So I moved the modem to our barn. That way I could have much more stable Wi-Fi. I totally screwed that one up. But yeah, so the modem's in the barn, so we have stable Wi-Fi. Yeah, we still have to turn off all the Ring cameras in order to talk, though. But hey, whatever. Stacy, do you have any more?
I do actually. Well,
Okay,
I mean, I've been following the news lately, and there was a report that came out that said having children is actually hereditary. If your parents don't have any, you won't either.
That checks out.
Yeah.
That checks out. Yeah.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
That is factually accurate as well. The best kind of joke.
Right.
I was thinking about your there was 2 peanuts. One was peanuts and one was assaulted.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who assaulted the peanut? It was a rainbow, but the rainbow got sent to prison because it was, it was just a light sentence.
It just kept building and building. Bucket.
There was another nut running behind yelling, "I'm a cashew."
To which he responded, "Good and tight."
Oh man, I think are we straining here? Are these still as good as the beginning?
I got one left that this is a personal favorite. How do you keep an idiot in suspense? I'll tell you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll tell you tomorrow.
Stacy, you got to have one more, right?
I have one more. I need you to bear with me because delivery is an issue. So, what's a nosy pepper? What do you call a nosy pepper? A jalapeno, because it's jalapeno business.
Yep. Jalapeno
I wanted to
business.
finish strong, but that's all I got.
Well, that's usually what happens on the text chain too. We get going good, and then there's usually one or two at the end that I think just turns everybody off from it for a while, which is probably for the best.
Well, okay, so let me try one last one then. What do you call a chameleon that can't change its colors any longer?
What?
A reptile dysfunction.
Woo! That's a little dicey.
They make pills for that now.
Yeah. Yeah. So one last thing. My wife, there's a couple things about her. I mean, she's pretty awesome. Many of you know her or have met her. She's been around for a long time. She actually used to work for Pool Corp for a while. There's two things about her that I wanted to talk about, and she's actually on this, so she's listening and she knows what I'm about to say. First, honey, I love you. All right, so
cover the bases. You're
yes.
It is the weekend. You don't want to start out.
Yep. Well, she's hot, right? And she always wants me to blow air on her, and I told her, I'm not a big fan. But one time. Because I'm always trying to get on her good side. I mean, I'm trying to, be a good husband and all. And it might have worked because we've been married for 28 years now. I mean, she married me when I was 10. So I went to McDonald's and I tried to get her one of her favorite things, which is a fudge sundae. And so I went up to the guy at McDonald's and I said, hey, I'd like to order a hot fudge sundae, but can I get extra hot fudge? And the guy looked at me dead in the face and goes, it's only lukewarm, sir.
Those
okay.
Those big windmills that they use to generate electricity now?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know they're music fans? They like to listen to music. Turns out they're big metal fans.
Okay. That's it. Yeah. That was the one.
And that's where we call it a day.
Yeah.
We found it. There's the closer.
There it is. There it is.
Oh man!
Closing it out on that one. All seriousness, or all jokes aside, if anyone needs chemical help, having issues with weird one-off pools, please reach out. Throw any of your bad dad jokes in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff that everybody on YouTube channels always tells you to do. If we forgot one, please do that one too. Ring a bell. Is there still a bell? Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Even if it's not on YouTube, just ring a bell.
For notifications. Right?
Yeah, there it is. But please reach out if you've got any questions. We're always happy to help. And happy Father's Day, everyone.
Yes.
And hopefully you had as much fun as we did. Because
I don't know if anybody had as much fun as we did.
I don't know.
Know if that's possible, but yeah.
But
it's a nice sentiment.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Happy Father's Day. Have a great weekend.